with the help of private IP address. Don't worry, I will tell you later. What is private, what is public IP address, don't worry. With the help of one public IP address, we can communicate with 60,000 hosts. Got it, guys? So, for example, do you know static IP address? Elastic IP address, you know, in AWS. Elastic IP address. What is the use of elastic IP address? Are you going to get for free of cost? No, right? And then what is the use of that? Why they're charging for elastic IP address? Huh? Because of security. For example, if you need to start the organization, usually before AWS, what we are going to do in the sense, we are going to purchase the static IP address from ISP. Static IP address is a one fixed IP address for you. That is public IP address. With the help of that static IP address, we are going to communicate directly from our branch to another branch securely. So that's why if you're trying to starting the organization, first we need to purchase the static IP address from ISP. Every month they will charge maybe 4,000, 5,000 rupees like that per static IP address. Like the same way, that is public IP address. How to check the public IP address? How to check the public IP address? Ishwar, open Google, type what is no, wrong answer. Okay, open Google and then type what is my IP. What is my IP? Then you are going to get one IP address. Open the browser. Okay, open the Google search. In Google search and then type what is my IP. Then you are going to get the public IP address. But we doesn't have the static IP address into our organization, so that's why it is going to keep on changing. If we having static IP address, you'll have the fixed IP address. To communicate through internet, we are going to use public IP address. With one public IP address, we can communicate how many internal IP addresses? 60,000. So that's why still India like countries, they are using IPv4. In IPv4, we'll have one concept called NAT. Got it, guys? With the help of NAT concept, we can communicate with one public IP address to 60,000 hosts. 60,000 hosts means 60,000 private IP addresses. Got it, guys? Our Indian government, they didn't provide the full-fledged permission to update from IPv4 to IPv6 100%, because it's not that much of easy. So we need to upgrade all the devices again. So it will take some time. So that's why still India like countries, they're using IPv4. I hope you got it, guys. Now, so that's why we are discussing about IPv4 in depthly. Example, act, then post. Clear, guys? ICANN, they introduced to us IP addresses for us, internet, and those people they are going to provide. So ICANN, ICANN to INA. So most of the people, they know about INA. INA to RIR, RIR to Regional Internet Registry, something RIR. ISPs, ISPs to small ISP like ACT, Hathway, and from there we are getting into our group. So who introduced us IP addresses? INA, you can say, or ICANN, you can say. ICA, and then you can say INA also, you can say, it's not a problem. Most of the people, they know about INA, right? So most of the people, they don't know much about ICANN, but most of the people, they know about INA. You can say INA. Those people, they are providing the internet and IP address, those kind of stuff. IPv4, IPv6, everything. So who provided for us? ICANN. Clear, guys? Right. So now, so total 32-bit. Total 32-bit is a very huge combination. More than 4 billion combinations will have. 32-bit means, right? So that's why ICANN people, what they did in the sense, they got divided into 4 octets. Most of the people, they are saying groups, don't call groups. This is not a technical word. We need to call octet, OCTET, octet. Got it, guys? So total how many bits? 32 bits. 32 divided by 4. They got divided into 4 octets. Each octet has second octet 8 bits. This is third of decimal dot notation. So this octet and this octet, it divide with the help of this decimal dot notation. And this octet and this octet, it got divide with the help of this decimal dot notation. And this octet and this octet, it divide with the help of this decimal dot notation. Got it, guys? So that's why each octet, it will divide with the help of bits value into numerical. This is not exact value, just for understanding purpose I have mentioned here. Right, guys? So if you're converting this one, you are going to get one numerical value. If you're converting this one 8 bits into numerical, you are going to get one numerical value. So that's why our IP address, why it's looking like that, 192.168.1.11, because each octet it divide with the help of decimal dot notation. So that's why. Got it, guys? So each octet having how many bits? 8 bits, right? Can we write like this? 2 to the power of 8. 2 to the power of bits, right? So before we written 2 to the power of 32, right? Now we got divide this 32 bit into 4 octets, right? Each octet having 8 bits, right? So can we write 2 to the power of 8? Yes, it's possible, right? We can write 2 to the power of 8 because each bit, each octet having 8 bits. So 2 to the power of 8 is equal to how much? 256 combinations will have into each octet. Okay, clear, guys? It's not a subnet calculator. Binary calculator is a different. Ishwari, listen. You know little bit, but you'll have the confusion. I know how you are asking the question. With the help of those questions, I understand. You know little bit, you'll have some confusion. First listen, then you are going to get clear everything. Binary calculator is different. Subnet calculator is different. Okay, right? So see, terminology is a very, very important. Remember, I don't know how much you learn. In my class, you should learn 100%. That's it. As of now, how much you learn, I don't know. In colleges, in your courses, in our session, you need to learn about IPv4. I have given the promise to you, the starting day itself only. So after completing the networking session, you are going to become network pros. Definitely, you are going to become network pro after 2 days. Definitely, you'll have that much of capacity. After 2 days, you can deploy your own network. This is my assurity. Please listen. Try to support me. Okay. Support in the sense reviews, guys. Okay. Right. So let's see, guys. Yeah. क्या करेंगे यार, सब लोग मांग रहे हैं, अभी मैं भी मांगना पड़ रहा है. Usually I'm not like that person, so you need to provide the reviews like that. But what I should do because of competition, always I need to ask, right? मांगना पड़ रहा है, huh? So please try to provide few positive reviews like that, because so maybe next class peoples, maybe next students, they are going to know about me, then easily they can attend and then they are going to get the good knowledge. So it's depend on you. If you're providing the positive reviews for me in Google Maps, Naresh Shetty Google Maps will have, right? They'll try to provide few positive reviews for me, right? Okay, mention my name, okay, don't forget. So mention my name. So Imran sir, Linux, he's teaching how you should say, huh? Guys, please don't give negative reviews, okay? So please try to provide few positive reviews because of future peoples and as well as for my career. If you're providing positive reviews, then maybe the management, they're going to get the good opinion on me, and maybe they are going to provide the few more classes. So that's fine. That's it. So clearly I'm saying, okay. So not into chat box. Okay. Love you give you जरूरी नहीं है, right? I'm a good faculty बोल के दे दो बस. So love you are teaching. Okay, your wish, that is different story, right? लड़की बोल के रहते तो थोड़ा अच्छा रहता था, मगर ईश्वर बोल दिया, क्या करेंगे, adjust कर लेंगे ईश्वर से, right? Right, guys. Okay, so let's get started. Right. So let's get started, guys. So today we are going to discuss about IPv4, right? As of now, I hope you're clear. So total how many bits? 32 bits. 32 bits it's got divided into 4 octets. Each octet having how many bits? 8 bits. So that's why our formula 2 to the power of 8. So 256 combinations, right? So 256 combination means if you're writing from 0, how many combinations? 255 only. 256 minus 1. If you're writing from 0, 255 only, na? 0 to 255, first octet. Second octet combination, 0 to 255. Third octet combination, 0 to 255. Fourth octet combinations, 0 to 255. So got it, guys? So clear? Thank you, Aisha. So I hope you got it. So 0 to 255 also, it's a very huge combination. Remember, so 2 to the power of 32 also, it's a very huge combination. So that's why INA people what they did, they got divided into 4 octets, each octet having 8 bits. So 8 bits means formula 2 to the power of 8. 2 to the power of 8 is equal to 256. So 0 to 255, each octet having 0 to 255. 0 to 255 also, it's a very huge combination. Maximum people, they are going to deploy 200 missions into one network. More than 200, no one they are going to deploy. We can deploy, but it's not recommended. I'll tell you why. Don't worry. So got it, guys. So 0 to 255 also, it's a very huge combination. 0 to 255 also, it's a very huge combination. So that's why INA people, what they did in the sense, they got divided into 5 classes. That is called IP address classification. INA people, what they did, 0 to 255 also, it's a very huge combination, right? So 2 to the power of 32 is a very huge combination. So that's why they got it divided into 4 octets, each octet having 8 bits. Even if you try to calculating one octet, 2 to the power of 8 like that, 256, 256 also, it's a very huge combination. So that's why INA people, what they did, they introduced to us IP address classes, classification. So 0 to 255, they got divided into 5 classes. Class A, 0 to 127. Class B, 128 to 191. Class C, 192 to 223. Class D, 224 to 239. Class E, 240 to 255. 0 to 255, right? Let's see here. Class A, 0 to 127. Class B, 128 to 191. Class C, 192 to 223. Class D, 224 to 239. Class E, 240 to 255. Guys, please don't buy hard. As of now, you're doing only by heart. Class A, 0 to 127. Class B, 120 to 191. Don't do like that. Try to understand the concept. And one more thing, class A, class B, class C, it's reserved for LAN and WAN purpose. Class A, class B, class C, it's reserved for LAN and WAN purpose. LAN and WAN means our network. It may be internet, it may be our intranet. Class A, class B, class C, it's reserved for whom? LAN and WAN purpose. So class A, class B, class C, only those 3 classes we are going to handle. We are a system engineers. We are going to manage the LAN and WAN only. Class D for multicasting purpose. We are not going to manage any kind of multicasting here. Class E for research and development purpose, R&D purpose. For example, my name is Imran. I am a faculty. Guys, my name is Imran. I am a faculty, right? So now I am bothering about only classrooms. Yes, no. I need to teach the session, right? I need to bother about classroom. Where is my classroom? Okay, assume that Naresh IT having 5 classes. Class A, class B, class C. So class A, class B, class C, it's for teaching purpose. Class D, class E for front office. I hope you got it, guys. So you need to join the course into Naresh Shetty. Usually you are going to visit to the front office. Those people, they are going to guide you. So the proper codes, they are going to guide you. So they are bothering about front office rooms. Class D, Class C, assume this front office rooms. As a faculty, I'm not going to bother about front office room. I'm going to bother about only my classrooms. How many classrooms we have in Naresh IT? We have more than 5 buildings. That is a different story for understanding purpose, right? So class A, class B, class C, 3 classrooms we have, and 2 front office will have. I hope you got it, guys. Now, so why we are not going to bother about class D and class E? Class D is reserved for multicasting. Class E is reserved for R&D purpose, research and development purpose. We are not going to bother. We are going to bother only LAN and WAN. So A, B, C, it's reserved for LAN and WAN. Class A, class B, class C, it's reserved for LAN and WAN. Only we are going to manage LAN and WAN. Got it, guys? I hope you're clear. Yes, no? Right. So what is broadcast? What is broadcast? This is very, very important. I said yesterday. So that's why I have given the information about hubs. Broadcasting means one to many including source. What is floating? One to many excluding source, right? What is unicast? One to one, right? Multicast, one to one group. For example, our classroom. I'm a faculty. I'm only one guy here into our classroom. I'm a faculty. I'm teaching to one group of the people at a time. That is called multicast. Got it, guys? Multicasting means one to one group. So please try to understand those 4 terminologies: broadcast, floating, and unicast and multicast. So clear, guys? Okay. So now you need to get one doubt. Sir, why classes 0 to 127? Why not 0 to 191? This is genuine doubt, right? Why class A 0 to 127? Why not 0 to 191? In which basis they define the IP address classification? In which basis they are providing the IP address classes? Depend on priority bit. Got it, guys? IP address classification done by using priority bit. IP address classification done by using priority bit, right? So what is priority bit? Most significant bit of the first octet we are considering as a priority I hope you got it, guys. This is Imran sir formula. It's very easy, right? With the help of this formula, tomorrow we are going to perform subnetting also. This copyrights, it belongs to Imran sir only, guys. Remember, अगर कोई पढ़ा रहा है तो बोल दो मेरे को. Right? मैं छोटा आदमी हूँ यार, मैं कहाँ से copyright लूँगा? Knowledge दे पाऊँगा उतना ही, right? Huh? So got it, guys. I hope you're clear how the IP address classification it got done. As of now, I hope you're clear. If you having any doubts, any questions as of now, please. Yes, guys. If you having any doubts, any questions as of now, please. I hope you're clear. Still, if you having any doubts, any questions online, after completing the session, don't say once again, I full clarity, Aisha, good, very good. Official formula, you can forget, it's not a problem. Remember Imran sir's formula. That is very helpful for you. Within a 2 seconds, you are going to deploy the network into your organization. Right? Good. Okay. Right. So we are going to continue now. We'll have some concept like we are going to continue. Right? I have little confusion. Where you'll have the confusion? Vishnuvardhan. In which part? Don't sleep. Okay. So I know this is not a good time. After having the lunch, we need to attend the session. Right? I am also human. I'm teaching session. Right? Where you'll have the confusion? Vishnuvardhan. If you're having confusion still, do one thing. Get the video from the management. Right? Entire session I am unable to teach because this is second time. Aisha and one more guy, Chinmay, I think so. So those both the people they asked to me to repeat once again. I have repeated 2 times. If I'm repeating again, it will take long time. So that's why I need to complete this one. So I'm continue. Right? Okay. So let's see guys here. If you having small doubt, you can ask me. I'll explain. It's not a problem. If you having small doubt in between, please you can. It's not a problem. The entire session I'm unable to explain. Right. So let's see guys here. Coming to, we are going to bother about class A, class B and class C. Okay. We are going to bother about class A. Sir, I am girl. Chinmay, okay. भाई का नाम भी रहता है ना चिन्मय बोल के, लड़के का नहीं रहता. I doesn't have that much of knowledge, ma, sorry. Okay. Okay, Aisha, girl, Chinmay also girl, right? Those both the people are, I need to say, I said him, I think so, before. So sorry, okay. So let's see guys, I thought like he's a boy. Right. So now let's see guys here. Right. Okay. So now let's see here. Guys, as a system engineer, as a network engineer, we are going to bother about first 3 classes. Class A, Class B, Class C. Okay. Let's see guys here. For example, we have 3 classrooms. It doesn't have any partition. Guys, listen. What happened? So guys, we'll have 3 different classrooms. Right? It doesn't have any partition. 502, 501, 503. 3 different classrooms. Fine, have, right? But those 3 classrooms doesn't have any partition. Okay. 3 different faculties. Can you hear me guys? Am I audible online? Online. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Online, Chinmay. Aisha, good. Okay. So guys, so 3 different faculties. Teaching Python. Faculties that try to teaching 3 different why the, so that's why I'm asking. So can you hear me? Am I audible? because there is an internet like that. Now it's okay. Can you hear me now? Am I audible now? Now okay, right? So right, guys. So three different classes they're conducting into the same classroom, guys. Okay, three different classes. Some ABC faculty is teaching Python, so I'm teaching Linux, and one more guy he's teaching XYZ faculty is teaching Java. Right? In the same classroom. How you are going to feel, guys? Listen. How you are going to feel? क्या चल रहा है वहाँ पे पीछे? So I'm getting some noise from backside. आप लोग नहीं है, आपके आगे के लोग. If you having any doubts, please. If you doesn't have interest, please you can carry on. Interest नहीं है तो चले जाओ, कुछ problem नहीं है. Who have the interest, who need to learn, please don't disturb. I said today is the session like that, right? So let's see, guys, here. So now three different faculties, okay, they are trying to teaching into the same classroom. What will happen? You people, you are going to get confused. Even I am also going to get confused, right? Yes, no. So how to avoid the communication between those three classrooms? We need to make one partition wall in between those three classrooms. Yes, no. So we need to make the partition wall in between those three classrooms. So for example, three different faculties, they are trying to teaching three different classes into the same classroom. We have one auditorium, guys. Okay, in that three different faculties they are trying to teaching. Then what will happen? How you are going to feel? Confused, right? Always you are going to become confused. मैं Linux पढ़ा रहा हूँ, Java के लोग सुनेंगे. Java दूसरे faculty पढ़ा रहा है, हम लोग सुनेंगे. Yes, no. You are unable to understand. Yes. So that's why we need to avoid the communication between those three classes. How to avoid the communication? With the help of partition walls. Right, guys? Like the same way, class A people, they should not, class A network missions, they should not communicate with class B. Class B missions, it should not communicate with class C. Class C, it should not communicate with class B and class A. We need to avoid the communication between three different classes, right? So class A, it should not communicate with class B. Class B, it should not communicate with class C. Class C, it should not communicate with class A and class B. Right? Class A should not communicate with class B and class C. Class B should not communicate with class A and class C. Class C should not communicate with class A and class B. Right? How to avoid the communication? Now we are going to know. Coming to class A, class B and class C, INA people, they got divided into network and host positions. What is that? Network and host positions. INA people, they provided network and host positions formula. Class A, one network, three hosts. You need to remember. Okay. Class B, two networks and two hosts. Class C, three networks, one host. Right, guys? Class A, one network, two hosts. Assume this is first floor. One network is a first floor. Two networks is a second floor. Three network is a third floor. Means first floor people, they should not communicate with second floor and third floor people. And second floor people, they should not communicate with. Yes, guys? Any problem? यहाँ तक आ रहा है आपका? All the network bits should becomes ones. All the host bits should become zero. All the network bits, it should become ones. All the host bits, it should become zero. For example, one network will have, right, one network octets. How many bits? Can we write 8 ones? I said all the network bits, it will becomes ones, right? 8 ones. So how many host octets? 3, right? Each host octet having how many bits? Can we write 8 zeros? 8 zeros and 8 zeros, right? So I said before 8 ones value, numerical value, 255. Zero value, always 0, right? So 255 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. This is the default subnet mask for class A. This default subnet mask, it will act like as our compound wall. It will avoid the communication between two different classes. Got it now? Like the same way, class B compound wall. Compound wall means subnet mask. इंटरव्यू में जाके compound wall मत बोलो, घबरा जाएगा वो. For understanding purpose, I am using those words. So you should say default subnet mask, right? Maybe few people they know, so they can understand. It's not a problem. So how you are going to get the compound wall for class B? 2 networks, 2 hosts, right? 8 ones dot 8 ones dot 8 zeros dot 8 zeros. 255 dot 255 dot 0 dot 0. Class C, 3 networks, 1 host. 8 ones dot 8 ones dot 8 ones dot 8 zeros. 255 dot 255 dot 255 dot 0. So this is a default subnet mask for each and every class. How you are going to get the default subnet mask? All the host bits should become 0. All the network bits should become 1s. Got it, guys? As of now, I hope you're clear what is subnet mask exactly. Right. So next, class A. So if you have the time for 15 minutes, I'll complete this calculation also. This is very, very important calculation. Right, guys? Class A, 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. Class B, 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. Class C, 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. Class A, 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. Class B, 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. Class C, 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. What is class A range? What is class A range? 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. Class B range 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. Class C 192.160.0.0 to 192.160.255.255. Got it, guys? This is private IP range. This is our private IP range. Private means for internal purpose. If config command, IP config command you can use, then you are going to get like this IP addresses only. Okay, I hope you got it. For example, I hope you know very well about home routers, Wi-Fi routers, right? The classroom will have, right? Wi-Fi router will have in our home, right? Wi-Fi router, it is going to provide few IP addresses into our missions in between in our home. That is our personal network, private network. So in between the range itself only it is going to provide. If you want, you can check. It's depend on your router brand. Okay. Few router brands they are going to provide 10 series, 10.0.0.0. Few router brands they are going to provide 172.16. Like that. And few router brands they are going to provide 192.160 like that. Because that router by default it having one firmware, one kind of small software inside the router will have small chip IC. Inside that chip will have the firmware. Automatically it go to configure everything. But coming to real-time environment, we need to configure everything. Got it, guys? This router inside private network, this range you'll have. Router outside, apart from this range, everything for public. ये रेंज को छोड़ के सब बाकी के जो आईपी एड्रेसेस हैं, everything for public, for internet purpose. this range for intranet purpose. Apart from this range, everything for internet purpose. Those all the private IP address range. If you go to one gadget, so that gadget it having two IP address. One is public IP address, another one is private IP address. So even if you in your mobile also you can. How you are going to get the private IP address? Open that mobile settings. Their mobile device information you'll have. So there you can check you are going to get the private IP address, right? Open Google, then type what is my IP, then you are going to get the public IP address. Got it, guys? So I hope you're clear. So what is the difference between private IP address and public IP address? Public IP address for internet. Apart from this range, everything it belongs to public. In between the range, private. A few people they are going to ask, sir, can we provide 11.0.0.0? Yo wish guys, you can provide, it's not a problem. But खाना ऐसे ही खाना पड़ता है ना, ऐसे भी खा पाओगे, मगर क्यों बेकार में टाइम वेस्ट? यस नो, खाना जो है ना सीधे जो हांसते ही खाते हैं ना डायरेक्ट मुंह के पास लाके, ऐसा घुमा फिरा के थोड़ी नहीं खाएंगे ना. Yes no. So they are providing like the range and we are going to use that range to deploy the network. Every computer had private address and public address into Ramaya Vastavaya, Ramaya and Ramaya Vedula Krishnaya. I am unable to understand what he's saying. Huh? So guys, you should give the example but it should suit. समझ रहे हैं? Right. So got it guys? Can we continue for 15 to 20 minutes? Okay, no issues. Today is enough. Tomorrow, don't miss. This is a very, very important calculation. After completing this calculation, we are going to discuss subnetting. After completing the subnetting, you are going to deploy the VPCs चुटकी में. Got it, guys? चुटकी बजा के बोल सकते हो. We are experts in network. Got it now? आप क्यों नहीं अटेंड कर रहा है डेली? हाँ, एग्जाम था. कौन सा? गाँव गए थे क्या? ऑनलाइन ना हुआ तो फिर अटेंड करने के लिए क्या है प्रॉब्लम? अरे वही है, मेरे क्लास में ही सब आते हैं, समझ में नहीं आता है क्या बोल के. हाँ, उसी टाइम पे ऑनलाइन एग्जाम भी आता है. हाँ, पेट में दर्द आता है, सर में दर्द आता है. हाँ, क्लियर एक्सप्लेनेशन सर. सो थैंक यू ईश्वर. Yes guys, if you having any doubts, any questions for 5 minutes you can.
Yeah.